mother's ass and stay in the backseat of his father's cherry.
For how much fucking lore and story he has in this fucking game, the way they removed him and ended him is
why he has so
disrespectful as
much
shit.
lore and story?
Do you
Because everyone loves him.
who did the
Because they
voice to
developed
Arthas?
that lore and story before Shiftable was mopping up all the fucking streamers.
I got the fucking Rise
Hey.
of the King book. I read that shit twice when I was on a fishing boat in
Do
Alaska.
you know who did the voice of Arthas?
No,
My
I
mom.
don't.
William Shatner.
You're lying.
I am not fucking lying.
I'm fucking Googling this right now. You're lying. You have to be. I'm fucking...
It's not
Oh, I see.
Google. That's how sacred it is.
Yep. It's the best kept secret in WoW. But anybody who's ever fucking watched Star Trek and knows how fucking Bill fucking does his lines and shit,
It
same
says-
fucking way.
It says the actor is a man named Justin M. Gross.
Nope.
You're...
I guarantee
It's
you
a lie.
it's not. I guarantee you it's not Shatner. They wouldn't pay for it, dude, back then. They didn't have the money. They did not have the money.
They got Shatner for that WoW commercial, man, but that's about it.
I mean,
Dude, they spent more money on
believe
fucking Mr. T.
Yeah. Not of Mohawk.
Because Mr. T wanted some more gold around his
oh my
neck.
god,
Yeah,
I
that's
forgot
right.
about that shit.
Dude, I miss
Dude,
and the
I'm
Chuck
waiting
Norris
for
one?
that shit to happen here in TBC.
Yeah, where's it at, man?
Where's it at? Does it start like next to fucking patch?
It should start now. Actually, we should already be
Like,
seeing
I'm
those
looking
commercials.
for some Night Elf Mohawks so I can start bombing motherfuckers.
I want to see Chuck Norris and the Barons on his hunter.
They made the Mohawk just because of that commercial. Oh, sorry. Hold on.
We got there.
Are you smoking dabs?
Jenkins in there.
Pussy.
No, I just took a stupid fat rip. I ain't an idiot. I'm alright.
Fair enough. If you ain't choking, you ain't smoking.
Yeah, that's right.
But no, Sinister, I want to give you support. You did good. I do want to give you a little of constructive criticism, if you're okay with that.
Yeah, I'm always open to that, man. I'm not
Just-
mad at that.
If you're gonna be a raid leader, you need to be just a little more assertive. You're
Okay.
you're being totally like, hey, give me feedback, like let me know what's going on, which is totally cool. But you're still doing some explanation on bosses and stuff like that, but you need to be a little more assertive and like, hey, I need you to do this and I need you to do that. Like you need to be a little more assertive with your assignment. That's all.
I
That's
agree.
Quiet
that's-
Toms.
That's my most.
Put
that's
pugs
the
in
most
check
I
when they
could
get out of
give
line with their
for
girls.
constructive criticism, honestly. That's the most
I
could
agree.
give.
To be fair, on my
So
part, I
happy.
wasn't expecting to have to lead it tonight. I was expecting Drake Depp to step out.
Yeah, I know,
Fair
it
enough.
sucked.
But I want you to get used to that, and I want you to continue to lead. You know
Yeah,
what I
no,
mean?
that's,
Like, I
that's
want
not a
you-
problem. I had no
and
problem stepping in.
Not
That's
only,
fine.
only do I want you to step in, I want you to feel comfortable doing so.
Right, and I, to be fair, I also have been watching a lot of videos to try to lead T5s and shit.
Good.
So,
Good.
you know,
So
I'll
you're
be
looking for
smoking.
the
I'll be
next-
smoking
you're looking
weed,
for the
fucking
next
watching
step.
videos on YouTube to how to do this shit correctly.
Yeah. You're looking for the next step. I totally
Yeah.
appreciate that.
No, dude, I don't need Kara. I don't need Mags. I don't need growth. I'm done with that shit.
But
I
that's
need.
the problem.
I'm down.
So-
with
I'm
this
still
guy.
here to help. Don't get me wrong. I'm still here to help.
No,
I don't need it.
This is exactly what I want to point out. Like, you're like, hey, look, I don't need this, I don't need that, I don't need this. And you're going to look at your team and you're going to be like, you don't need that, you don't need this, you don't need that. And you don't need that, you don't need this, you don't need that. And you don't need that, you don't need this, you don't need that. And then once you get halfway through your team and you realize they don't need anything, you're going to realize the other half of your team needs everything.
So what I've noticed, what we do need, I see Sacred Teddy is recruiting on, and that's fine. That's great. I'm glad he's
Hold on.
recruiting. But he's
Listen,
just recruiting for DPS. We need specific. We don't need any more.
He's recruiting
melee.
for his group. I want you to recruit for your group. It's totally separate.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I gave him the permission, like, hey, you're doing this and you're trying to be a little more sweaty and you're trying to do 25 mans. I gave him his permissions. He's recruiting for his group specifically, and I totally support that.
Right.
He's also recruiting.
I
for
agree.
the
I agree. I
guild.
didn't know that. I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know
Yeah,
that's what it was. I thought he was doing guild recruitment.
and that's what
so,
I'm here to
okay.
explain. He's also recruiting for the guild, but he's when it comes to specific roles, he's recruiting for his group specifically. And
Right.
and that's what I'm trying to tell you is I want you to recruit for your group specifically as well. Like if there's one or two classes or specs that you need, I want you to look out or reach out and try to find somebody that can fill those roles permanently.
Okay.
Like I give you permission to do so. Like don't let me hold you back or don't let the guild hold you back because you think you could do better. I want you to use the guild as a tool so you can do better.
Right. I get
You
you.
know what I
Okay.
mean?
I
Like
see what you're saying now.
if
right.
yeah, if there's something you need, look into the guild. There may or may not be someone that can fill that spot that's actually beneficial. Not someone that's like, oh, I just leveled up my shaman and you're looking for a shaman. I could try. That's
Right.
not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm
Alright.
talking about. I'm talking about like, hey, I need a shaman, and Cletus is like, I'm the shaman. What do you need?
Right.
Then you talk to Cletus. You know what I mean? Like, or you recruit. Oh, I need a shaman that could do this. Oh, well, I'm the shaman class leader, and there's really no one that could do that. So why don't you start trying to recruit for that spot?
Alright. I'm gonna. I
You
think
see
I
my
will.
point, though. You know what I mean? Like I want to work together as a team,
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
I don't want the team to hold anybody back specifically at the same time.
Hey,
I
if you
agree.
ever need any help, ask me. For sure.
Well, like
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
Keyring's well-rounded.
Drag and Key. I know you guys got multiple characters. Is there
Yeah,
any
they're
characters that
very
you guys
well-rounded.
could dedicate to Wednesdays? Wednesday caras. I'm gonna try to make Tuesday,
What
Wednesdays.
times? What times are you talking?
6 and 7 is good for me. It seems to be
6,
what's good
7,
for.
Are you
yeah.
talking a start time?
Yeah, 6 or 7
So
o'clock start time.
so can I give a recommendation
Of
as
course.
a guild leader and former raid leader to a
Constructive
future raid
criticism
leader?
is always open.
Yeah, constructive criticism. Can I give you a recommendation to put a time limit on things? now?
Yes, I want to keep, especially for raiding fucking
I
phase
want
1
people to
raids.
say
I want
No more than
to say,
4 hours for sure.
no more than
let
3.
me
No more
finish.
than
No,
3.
no, I think 3
Well,
too.
hold on, Sinister. Let me finish in the sense that because there's variables at well, you know what I mean. At the same time, there's variables.
Right.
So like, I'm hoping that you could be like, hey, we're gonna start at this time. Our first pull is at this time. If it takes longer, then that's on you guys, and you lose out on raid time. And we finish our last pull is at this time. So the 25 minutes or 20 minutes that it takes past that time, we'll deal with.
That's kind of
But
what I did tonight. I told the
this is
guild,
our
hey,
yeah
10 o'clock is
exactly.
when I'm calling it.
This
And,
is
you
our
know, I let
window.
it slide. It went 30 minutes over because, you know, whatever.
Hey,
Shit happens.
and that's exactly what I was gonna say. You set a guideline. You had a window, and everybody's like, "Hey, we're in the middle of this pull. Let's at least give it one more shot." And you're like, "All right," and that's what the 30 minutes
Yeah,
was.
see, when I've got it started, we were
Yeah.
only
Sinister,
maybe about
you're
5 minutes
already-
late
You are
getting pulls.
already
Yeah.
executing what I am anticipating.
Well,
Like
I'm here for it.
that's what I was saying. As a progressive guild, I don't want everybody just to focus on a start time. I want everybody to say, "Hey, we're gonna start at 9, and we're gonna dedicate 3 hours."
My thing is, I want
if
to try.
we
I
choose-
can't. I'm honestly surprised that we don't on Wednesdays. There's no consistent raid. Wednesday is always different. You notice that, Dre?
My point is,
It's
this,
Yeah,
always.
I have.
let's help get more of a consistent raid.
And don't get me wrong, like I said, I'll
and
help.
then
I got
make
no problem
these
helping.
general guidelines, not rules.
To be honest,
but
with Wednesday
guidelines.
caras, I kind of look forward to Wednesday caras.
I want to
it's
see
just fun.
Curiel. I want to see her like get in like a little earlier.
I think I'm gonna take
Oh,
her. She
Jesus
seems
Christ.
good. She
I
seems like
just
she's
want to
learning.
be heard for a second.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. What I'm saying is, I want to support you. I want to back you, and I want you to be like, hey, this is what's going on, and this is what we need, and then we can move forward. So I want you to take into consideration, like I don't want you to be like, oh, this is what's available, so we're gonna take what's available. I want you to actually like focus on a
Consistency.
group. Focus on a group that enhances one another.
I,
Focus
I
on a
agree. That's what I
combo.
want. That's what I want. I want consistency. I want a consistent group of dedicated raiders every week.
All
If
right,
I can get that,
I,
perfect.
dude, I will back you 100% on anything you need. And
Appreciate that.
we had this conversation in the past, and you questioned me. And at that point, I didn't know you as well as I do now. And I was like, well, this person is giving me, and we were talking about Sacred
I,
Teddy.
I
And
remember you were like,
I'm
I
not
heard
even gonna
you've only been here for
disregard.
like a month.
I'm like, dude, I don't even know how long you've been here at that point. I was like,
I don't
listen,
know how long it was at that
Sacred
point either.
Teddy pulled me aside and asked me if he could do this and like took initiative. So I'm gonna
Yep.
back him. If you
Right.
took initiative, I'm gonna back you, dude. And I will back that now. Like the, you've taken way more initiative than I thought you had in the past, and I'm sure you're just continuing what you started. I
Yeah.
just didn't know, and ignorance is not an excuse. So
Yeah, no,
as
after
GM,
that,
I'm guildmaster. Don't look at me trying to look for a fucking way out. Like, you're
no,
right.
no, no.
I was too busy working, and
After
I'm
that,
sorry.
I just like, I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna take a step back because everybody wants to lead, but nobody wants to raid. So I was like,
And
you know what? I'm gonna
dude,
take a step back and just raid, and let's see how
dude,
this goes.
all I'm saying is I'm glad to have an opportunity to say, Sinister, I may have overreacted in my comment, but I meant what I said.
Oh, I'm not mad about it, man.
And
I ain't got
and
no hard
yeah,
feelings.
and I don't think you're mad about it. I think you're like, shit, he's just trying to stand up for his kingdom.
Yeah, no,
You
like
know what I mean?
I even
But
apologized to you that night. You know
no,
what I mean?
you don't need to apologize anymore. You already apologized through your actions. Your actions are like, I'm gonna continue to try to move forward, and you actions speak louder than words. You know what I mean? Like, you could tell me you're gonna try to start a raid group all you want, and I've had a lot of people tell me they're gonna try to start a raid group, and then Teddy told me he's gonna try to start a raid group, and then all of a sudden Teddy's raid group's actually doing things. So I was like, well,
Now,
fuck, I'm gonna back him.
I have another question too, and I don't want to step
Yeah,
on toes.
no, don't step on anything.
So,
Let me hear it.
I know, I'm sure there's a lot of people in Teddy's group that feel his raid time is too late.
Okay,
It's extreme.
so
So,
reach out,
if I started talking to people, I guess, for lack of a better word, snaking
do me
people
a
out of
favor.
his group,
Do me a
how
favor.
would that work?
Do me a
Well,
favor. As a guild master, do me a favor.
What's that?
Reach out to Teddy first and be like,
Okay.
hey, I'm starting a raid group at this time. I'm not trying to steal people from you, but if there's people that want to raid at this time more so than your time, can we trade people or can we work something out? And Teddy's the kind of guy that'll get in Discord and talk it out with you.
Okay. So yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that completely.
You're both raid leaders, right? So
Right.
consult your
we
raid
are
leader and
now.
be like, hey, I noticed that I'm running at this time and I've had some responses from your group that they'd like to run at this time. Can we coordinate?
Well, there's
And
one
then
guy,
that's all you
especially
have
I
to do
think
is coordinate.
there's one guy I especially think would come to me. I mean, I recruited him into the guild to get him to raid. Kelgo, he's on right now. He's
Hell,
the
yeah.
Tauren warrior.
Hell goes.
He's in Teddy's group.
It's been pretty awesome.
You know, I'm not been like, oh, I recruited him on my team, but I think
What does he do?
He's a prot warrior.
Well, see, that's the thing about, okay, when Teddy was recruiting, you would always say Teddy's raid or Teddy's group or whatever.
Yeah, so he's
And
on Teddy's group, so that's why I'm
I
like,
took that out, all that out, because no, it's like, okay,
But at the same
well, that
time,
Kelgo is still
at
says
the same
Teddy, and you
time,
know, it is what if he wants to raid,
no,
that's fine, but you know.
At the same time, Kelgos is taking this as an opportunity to progress, right? You got to take that into consideration as well. There's three sides to every story. There's your side, there's the raider's side, there's the raid leader's side.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you got to take that into consideration. As long as you're taking all of those factors into consideration, you're like, hey, Teddy, like, Like, I recruited this guy, and he's raiding with you right now, and I'm looking for a raid team at this time. Are you offended if I ask him if this time is better for him? And if you are, let me know, and then we'll work on finding a replacement for him before I recruit him. Because if it's something he wants to switch to and he's just running your times because it's convenient right now, let's all be on the same page.
Right.
Right, the convenience part.
You know what I mean? Because we all raid for convenience. Like,
It's like
you raid at certain times because it's convenient for you,
So
or because it's what you want to do.
I got another question too.
No,
So
dude, ask away.
if how does the whole guild feel on like someone hard reserving something? Because
All right. So
That
the
comes down
DST.
what are you talking
DST.
about? Hard
DST, man, DST. That's the only thing I
Everyone
give a
reserving?
shit about.
DST, every
Everyone's
BPS
hard
in their
reserving it.
fucking life wants
So
it.
I want to suggest maybe a list of people
I
that want it.
agree.
And,
I agree,
and
but I
the higher
disagree.
you get to the list is the more you participate in raids every single week.
But
It's like a DK, like a
yeah,
DKP list.
yeah, so like a
Yeah,
DKP.
yeah, basically, but
But
only
here's-
running on Dragon Spine Trophy because
but
of
at the
how
same
much of
time-
a pain in the ass it
but
is
at
to
the
get.
Same time,
That's
the
what I
list,
said.
The list is priorities on people.
That's
Well,
what I said.
I'm not trying to put myself first. Let's not get that wrong.
When
Listen,
Teddy
I-
said,
like-
hang on, I got something to say here.
I'm just saying the priority is people. Like, you have
Fucker.
to develop an order, correct?
I agree.
This is how I told it, Teddy. I goes, DST is hard reserved for guild.
Yeah.
For guild.
For guild, not pugs.
Now,
for guild.
let me tell you this: your guild group prior to going into that raid should have a priority list on DST. Like, you guys,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
whether you decipher it your way or not, I don't care how you determine your priority order. A lot of guilds will be like, hey, we're gonna do a slash roll. There's 5 of you that want it. We're gonna do slash roll, and the highest roll gets first priority, and then the next time it drops, the second roll gets it, and and they keep the same
See,
order from start to finish.
I don't mean to interrupt, but from what I've seen from all the progression guilds is they had a list. It's basically like your fucking Scarab Lord list kind of shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
They-
so
they- they would
like
develop their
I'm
list,
not trying to. I don't want to put
and that
myself
was
first,
it.
but I want to make a list off of who wants it and who's
You want it.
consistently
You
showing
want
up to
it more
raids
than
every
anybody,
single week.
right.
I'm almost
Obviously,
concerned.
obviously I want it. Obviously I want it.
Okay,
But if
then
I'm not showing up
signature.
for a raid for one
no,
week,
fuck you not
drop me
showing
on the
up for a
list.
raid, but
Drop me on the
signature.
list. Let somebody else go.
No. How about this? If you're raid leader, we're gonna assume you're there every week, right? We're just gonna assume. I'm not saying that happens because we all have real life
happens.
situations.
Yeah, life.
We all have real life situations, and this guild, other than a lot of sweaty guilds, respects that.
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
in a perfect world, and you're there every fucking week, would you reserve that for yourself?
I would, but I would also put other people up just as high on the list as me if they're also coming every week.
So you're willing to
yeah, I'll roll
develop
on.
a fucking roll list
Yeah,
prior
absolutely.
to entering the raid.
I would just
Prior
think,
to entering
yeah,
the raid.
absolutely. I just think
Alright.
a list would be better.
And
If-
that
if
is
we
the
did-
raid
hey, if we
leader.
did that-
And that is the raid leader thing to do is, hey, if I lose a roll on priority before we go into
yeah.
a raid,
All that
then I
matters is
respect
somebody
the fact
gets it
that I'm
because
not
it's hard as
rolling on
fuck
that
to
item.
get. All that matters is that our guild is getting it because it's a really hard item to get.
Well, not
Yeah.
only getting
It's a
it,
hard
but
drop, yeah.
what matters
It's a hard
is
drop.
our guild has a group that can farm it
Oh, dude,
for everybody
Gruul
that
shouldn't.
needs it.
At this point, if phase 1 is still a problem, that is itself a problem. You know, we're on phase 3. Phase 1 shouldn't be anything. It should be nothing
No,
to
I
anyone.
back you. I back you 100% on what you were explaining.
We went
Because
back
you're
to
not
the
talking
group
about being
roles.
selfish for you. You're talking about your guild progressing.
No, yeah, no. I
And
want progression as a whole, not just myself.
And now you and me are on the exact same team because I started this guild because back in the day in retail, in Wrath, when I started playing, I was like, I started a tune, I leveled up, and I was like, hey, what do I need to do to help? And they're like, oh, you want to join our guild? And I'm like, yeah, but what can I do to help? And they're like, you need to go get this gear and this gear and this gear and this gear, and then come talk to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Like, isn't a guild designed to help the player?
Like
We're
I was saying.
This is what we're like. We're like, here, you need this piece, and this piece. Let's go get them right now.
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
See, like I was saying, you know,
let's
I don't
teach
need
you
shit.
how to get that piece, not tell
I
you what you
personally
need.
don't really need shit from Karazhan. Don't really need shit from girls.
Good.
Don't really need shit from Mac. But I will be there if guild needs it, and I will also step out if me and somebody else gets progression because
Well,
I
how
don't need
about this?
anything.
What do you need? What's your next
well,
upgrade?
from Karazhan, I can use Skulker's Greaves.
So there
Nether
is
Spike.
something in Karazhan that
But
you
at
might
the
need.
same time, like I'll give it up because I've got what are my
my
pants?
point
What are my
is
pants?
this,
My
is
pants
that,
are
like,
midnight leg guards. Yeah, they're the second, you know,
We
fifth.
had all new people in there tonight. Think about it.
But my point
We
Yeah.
had
is
Sit on You from last week, and we had that rogue. I don't know who that was.
You run the group, and then you're
Carella,
standing there
she
with
was
your
in her
your
second
dick
week
in your
running.
hand, hoping that like nothing offensive resets anything. And you're like, oh, we just cleared this. So what can I do next?
And Homely, he dropped what he was doing to come heal.
Yeah, but then he dropped real quick to get the fuck out of there.
Dude,
And I get it. You know, he's probably got his own shit. I get it. Whatever.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't blame Homely for that.
No, 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 I don't.
He lives with his girl, and his girl kind of runs his
I-
extra time.
Yeah, you know, Nick is
But-
close friends,
Well,
with me,
at
so he's
some
kind of
point.
told me a little bit. It's not my
But-
place, so I don't really care.
Yeah, but Sinister at the same time, if Homely makes time for us, he will be
Yeah,
there.
that's cool. Yeah, no, I appreciate him being there because we needed a healer. We really did, and he stepped in when we needed it. So
Yeah,
it's
but
much appreciated. Absolutely.
once you exceed that, he's like, dude, I promised my girl I gotta go.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't say why he had to go. He just said he had to go. And same with the other DPS warrior that was with us. I don't remember his name. Let me see if I can find it real fast.
Nah, it don't matter.
Yeah, it don't fucking. He had to go too, and apparently he said they had to go. He told Drake. I didn't know Drake. Apparently he told you that he had to leave early. Yeah.
Brock's.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, you know, that's fine. But then when he left, fucking Homely left on his priest, and I was like, oh shit, like I think we're kind of screwed here for a minute. But hey, it turned out alright. We fucking except the guy that took all our fucking void crystals, basically.
Yeah, dude, I hate when you invite a pug and he takes all the crystals.
Yeah, don't let
What a
fucking
cunt.
pugs.
Dude, but I was
Well,
like,
I'm
man,
not gonna
he was
fucking-
literally the only one that could DE, so I was like, you know, I'm gonna take the chance.
Yeah, but what we need to do is we need to focus on grouping up with one another. And you got 3 or more guildies, fuck the pug. They're not even allowed to roll on it. You put it on master loot.
Dude, none of his characters.
And
even
then if he
guild,
says
dude.
anything,
Wait a minute.
you'd be like, bitch.
Yeah,
This is
none of
the
his
real world.
his tank or his hunter wasn't a guild. It kind of made me think for a second, like, oh, why the fuck is he
Hey,
guilded?
I don't mean to cut you guys.
Now you know why.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta go to bed, shift, sleepy.
Yeah, I'm getting tired.
Hey, bud.
Said
Yeah,
this,
no, it is one. It is 1 in the morning.
Fuck, yeah, it's 1:15. God damn it, I'm going to bed.
Hey, bud. I'll see you next time you're on.
Sir, good job tonight. Keep up the good work. You're only going to get better, I promise.
Thanks, man. Appreciate.
Comes with practice. Then you get tired of the practice.
Yeah, practice gets old, but it is what it is.
Right.
Appreciate the rank.
So it was Sadista on his hunter?
It was yeah, sadist. I think that was the name. Karen, you remember? I don't really remember. It was yeah, sadist with a TA, not DA.
Alright, well.
And then his hunter was hunting you. Exactly what it sounds like.
Gonna kick him right now out of Discord.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's
he
pretty
stole
shitty to just-
shards and shit.
Yeah, well he said we didn't have a DE after
Homely left.
Homely left. So I asked and he was like, yeah, I could DE. I was like, alright, I'll just start giving it to you, DE. He handed me 2 large prismatic shards, and that was it.
And dipped.
And dipped.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's pretty shitty, you know what I mean? 'Cause those were for the guild at least, at the minimum.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't know if you're trying to, if you got a blacklist or whatever. Maybe he forgot. It's very possible that he forgot. I'm not fucking
No,
hating.
no, he didn't. Because he wouldn't have given you just those fucking prismatics.
Yeah.
Those came
But
from fucking
it wasn't at the end of the raid that he gave it to me though. It's somewhere in between.
I
So
didn't
I was
know
like,
that
oh,
was
okay,
for the
he's gonna
entire
fucking.
raid.
So I thought he was like, oh, okay, he's just gonna give me all the fucking charts.
So
Cool.
that's when I go, I always bring my priest or my fucking mage to DE.
Yeah, I just last night started leveling up a warlock, and I'm gonna put him as a tailor and an enchanter, for just in case.
That DST fucking list. We did that. I was like, hell, if we had to go back and do that, and then my hunter would fucking get DST first. But you asked me a question. It's like, I'd try to take my hunter because I've already been through TK and SSC on him. Got a couple pieces. But I need to take the druid so I can progress into fucking Hydro. Get that fucking Vials of Eternity done.
Oh, I just got that. No, wait. No, I got the Vows of Eternity done for Kel'Thas and SSC.
I noticed Letterman fucking like been getting invasion. I saw him in TK today.
Yeah, I did it last week. You know, I'm gonna try to get some gear for progression for everybody. I guess. If I
So,
can
yeah.
help, it is what it is.
I don't know if Hydros is an important boss that helps raise that bridge up or not, but if not, we can skip
No.
that motherfucker.
Okay, so look, last week when I did SSC, the first boss we killed was Lurker, and then we went right to Baj. Killed her, then killed everybody except Hydros.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's some upgrades for a lot of people, sure, but it's it's not
that
good
shit,
stuff.
dude. That shit was a cakewalk.
That druid trinket sucks, but that second pull, I like that second pull. It was going great. Just too bad we had too many pug flakes.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't there for your SSC. Where'd you guys get to?
2 pulls on Hydros. That was it.
That's
and
it.
we said fuck it, and we went to Gruul's, got Gruul down.
Okay, yeah, the skill's got a lot
So
of progress.
it was, yeah,
it's a lot of progress.
Disappointment. It was disappointing.
I plan, I'm planning. What character could you dedicate to like Wednesdays, Tuesdays, or Wednesdays?
The 25 man, probably the hunter.
Alright,
I wanted to take the I want to take the tank because the tank's gonna be needed.
And the tank is gonna be needed,
Well,
dude.
I'm
If
the
you can
same
main
way.
tank fucking my 25s that I'm gonna start setting up, it would be fucking great. If
I need
not,
the chest
I'll-
piece off mag.
I mean,
I'll
I've got mitigation gear and shit, but like.
Key, what character could you dedicate to weekdays? You don't. It doesn't have to be a fucking tank or anything, bro. It really doesn't. I'm just at this point like fucking, like Shift said. I'm looking now. I'm looking to build my team. So.
Okay, so you got like either a really good DPS hunter, which is averaging about 1.2, 1.4k.
Yeah, your hunter was. Who's your hunter again? It was.
Kyrian.
Kyrian. Yeah. Okay, your hunter.
And
Maybe your hunter's got some good gear. You have legacy, huh?
And then
not as good as mine.
No, his is better.
Well, I want you to dedicate whoever you want to progress. I want to like I don't know. Maybe you could do both. Maybe not. I just want to
So the only two tunes right now that I'm concerned about progressing in is my hunter and my druid. My mages I can give 2 shits about. They're just there for extra.
What does your druid still need Kara? Because I would
no,
kind of
actually he don't.
Alright, good. So I would like to start skipping Kara. I would like to start building towards C5.
I mean, the only
we
thing
can still do Kara. Obviously, I want to help.
The only 2 pieces I've been going after every week is like a neck piece, a ring, and a back piece.
Yeah, no, I'm only looking at ring of 1,000 marks now. And
yeah, that's one. That's one of them.
That's one of them. And Skulker Screws.
But that's for my DPS set, though.
So I'm gonna keep.
Swap.
I'm gonna keep both my prop pally and my hunter on rotation for Wednesday.
On what?
For Wednesday.
Yeah. So basically, when it comes, he can bring his warrior in on a fucking one of my Sunday raids to get that fucker geared.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you do. You run Sundays. I forget about that.
Yeah, we got like 4 fucking 7-8s. So
I wanna start marking people that I guess like Teddy's been doing, people on my team, just to keep track.
How was
I'm not
Brock's
gonna do.
DPS, by the way? That warrior.
Well, he couldn't compete with me, but
That's not what I asked.
it
I asked, what does his
wasn't
DPS look
fucking.
like?
It wasn't terrible. There was points where he was really keeping up. I think he was popping reckless at those points, recklessness, because I was like, damn, how's his fucking damage jumping up so quick? But obviously it was probably recklessness. Because he was passing me and Shippo. Was his name? Shippo, right?
I don't know
The
much
bro.
about Shippo. I don't.
Yeah, well, Shippo's got a piece of T5 and a couple T4. He's geared. The only shit that's wrong with him is his weapons. But Shippo was the main one keeping up with me in DPS. Me and him were fighting for first and second for like pretty much the whole raid. Brox is alright. Fucking Great Magi was beating him up a lot of the time, I noticed.
Yeah. So I think old girl, she can do some good stuff, but she's noobish.
I have confidence in her more so than Eichmann's girlfriend.
Eichmann here.
I can vouch for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I have more confidence in her than I did Eichmann's girl. She's already been through. She pretty much knew the fights when, you know, I asked her, hey, do you know this? She's like, yeah, cool, all right. You know, so, and
we broke her, and I was not gonna tolerate fucking weenie fucking making innuendos at her. all fucking
see,
night. That's
was
why I fucking
wondering-
came in and I snapped, and I wasn't
I was
drinking at
wondering-
anybody.
yeah, I was wondering who you're talking about. That's why I said who, because I was like, oh, did I say something? Because I've been drinking a little bit. So I was like, oh, fuck, did I say something? Didn't mean to.
Well, I whispered, it goes, just say pineapple, you need to be coming in, interject. She never did, because I was already sitting there listening.
Right. Yeah, I mean, he's cool.
Yeah, but
he
Weenie's a little thirsty, little horny little fucker, whatever. But
Yeah,
he kind of
he's-
shut up and focused up after I jumped ass.
He did. I did notice that as well. Yeah, I think he realized.
And I fucking could tell that she was getting uncomfortable because she stopped giggling.
I kind of stopped paying attention to it, honestly. So I'm glad at least there was another year. I don't want no harassment of nobody.
Where you at right now? Like
Me?
Yeah.
In Orgrimmar. I'm just been sitting here in Orgrimmar.
It's gonna show you my characters and shoots, which one you want. Red.
Where are you?
Show you their gear. Don't look at the talents, because they might be different, but.
Who's your character? That's
Future and Kieran.
Kieran?
Yes, I'm going to fucking log out.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to log off here in a second too. See what Key's doing real quick.
If I don't, I'll probably end up fucking playing something else.
No, my girl already came.
Or mess around my fucking videos.
My girl already came out and told me what the fuck's going on. So I guess I gotta go. But
You come out here naked saying, you want some of this?
no, that's basically
Bye.
what it was. That's basically what it was. I told her 5 minutes. I told her 5 minutes.
Yeah, okay, 5 hours later.
That's usually how it
Later.
goes.
Later,
Oh,
Keith.
I see you, Key. Hey, bingo. What do you need to do?
Alright, hold on. Yeah, this is about the best I can get on. Paladin.
This is your pally tank? Yeah, man, I'll take you. You're good. You're fucking.
I can also, I have a couple primals I can get my guys set for hydros and stuff.
Yeah, I like how you're set up already, man. You're good already. You don't look like you even need. You got especially the Aldori shield. You don't look like you really even need much out of Kara. You look like you're ready to go to T5. So.
And don't mind my talents, I'm a hunter.
So you're good with doing like Tuesday, Wednesday, 5, 6-ish.
Actually, that's probably the best times for me.
Perfect, man. Alright, so it says in your optional guild main tank, could I just put Sin just so I can keep track of you as
Yeah.
who's my group?
Yeah, you can do it.
Perfect. Cool, man. Hell yeah. I'm looking forward to this. I am also going to log off though because it's 1:30 now.
Yeah,
and
me
it's
too.
sleepy time. Alright, man. Good raid tonight. Good talking to you. Glad to have you on my team. We're gonna make some progression.
Alright, sounds good.
Alright, buddy. See you later.
See you later.